Now, moving on, I'll pass the gavel on over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, council, for your election. A couple more things to continue with the organizational meeting here. The current council rules on public comment. I asked the chief to give us a copy of each of the rules. If anybody has any rules they'd like to change, these are the current rules that are on the website under the town council as far as what we currently allow for public comment. Does anybody have any changes they'd like to make or updates?
Well, I just got it, so I'm just reading it,
Yep.
so sorry.
That's fine.
I think it's probably been a while since we've probably looked at this, and it would probably make sense to have our legal team look at this to see if there's been any changes within the state laws regarding public comment before we make any changes ourselves, so that we're not interfering with any state law.
I'm fine with that. I just need to know if...
I don't think that I agree with Ted.
Okay.
I think that we should go through it, and once we've finished with it, if you'd like to do it to a lawyer, I guess it's okay. But this is really just 91A stuff, right to know, public comments. This is all about being out in the public and what the public can and cannot say. I think we should go through them. I think that that's what we should do first, and we should do it publicly so that everybody understands why we agree or disagree that something should or should not be on here.
And the charter does say we have to do it within 10 days of the election. So I don't know if we put it off, if that would be...
We have to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Do it tonight.
So, does the council want to do it tonight as a group, or?
Well, I think we can always revisit this
Okay.
if we're looking for legal advice, because if we change something and it's not actually a lawful thing to change or not, and then we're going against state law. And I would hate for us to then get in trouble by someone saying that we're not following state laws.
Okay. So if we go through each item, is that
I
reasonable?
think that's what we should do.
Okay.
Well, it shouldn't be that long.
So the first one is, the time limit is 5 minutes per speaker.
That's fine for me.
I agree with that.
Speakers not permitted to donate their time to other speakers.
I agree.
Everyone agree? I'm just saying.
I'll speak up if I do.
Oh, okay. Speakers required to limit their comments to the topic before the council or the board.
I disagree. I think that that's a violation of their right to speak. If they want to come here and talk about how well the hockey team did or the baseball team did, or that there's a cookie donation, they have every right to get up at public comment and do so. So therefore, I think that you can't limit it to a topic.
I think that's more geared
violation of
towards
91A.
I think that's more geared towards the public hearings.
No. It doesn't say public hearing.
No, it does not, but I think
So
that,
therefore, this is public comment.
I understand that. What I'm trying to say is that that line really more should be geared towards public hearings, and it should probably be adding that sentence to it.
So would you want to add the sentence or take it away,
So
Ted?
during public hearings, public speakers,
Or would you?
so that's fine.
Because it says during a public hearing. That's
Okay.
Which I don't even
why,
know why that's in the public comment
So should we
document.
remove it?
well, it's for any, so this is a all public comment section, but when it's referring to public hearings, there's a fine line here on public hearings.
Because the next one addresses public comment.
Okay,
Okay. During public comments, speakers are required to limit their comments to matters of public concern relating to town governance.
so that would be the one I would say no to.
Okay?
Well, it's saying relating to town governments, which was referring to what you were bringing up.
So the question is, how do you want to proceed with this? Because at the end of the day, we're not going to all agree on all of this. And so,
Why wouldn't
do
we?
you want to, we're already not. Do you want to vote on the rules as a whole? Do you want to vote on them line by line? Well, more or less, we have to have a procedure to get to
Right.
this to the end, especially if you want to do it within 10 days.
I guess I'm open to either one, Sean.
I mean, it really depends on, I guess, the rest of the council. If someone wants to
If
make
we-
a motion to adopt it as a whole, we can adopt it as a whole. If someone wants to make the motion to go, if someone wants to go to line by line and vote on them line by line, we can. We can go through them and see what our differences are and vote on that. But in the end of the day, we have to come to some kind of conclusion.
Okay?
And
I'd like to add to what Sean said.
Okay.
We're more than halfway through. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. And it looks like everything is staying the way it is, except for maybe the profanity And language used, you can't tell people how to use what language, interpretation of other speakers. So, I mean, we're almost there, and it should be done in the public, and people should understand why we came to these answers, as opposed to we just came to them and we voted on them, the lawyers agreed, and we're done. Because they're the ones out there that are going to have to abide by these rules. And so they should understand why we are doing these rules and why they're here.
Okay. So do we, as a consensus, want to continue on and see if we can adopt the whole thing at once?
It's up to you. I'm
You
just
good with that,
putting a
Ted?
framework to get us to a conclusion.
Okay. So the next one is use of profanity, vulgar language. I believe that we cannot tell somebody that they cannot swear. We can suggest that they don't swear, but we cannot make them not use profanity.
That's correct. You can
So
suggest
I
it.
believe we should strike that, because we can't make people not swear. We can ask them nicely not to. Dan, you good with that?
Digesting it.
Okay, I believe that the First Amendment doesn't allow us to dictate people can't swear.
I think the hard part about this is getting this right now and trying to digest it in a couple minutes and then make a decision.
Exactly.
That's what's difficult.
All right.
I don't think it would be a bad idea
So should
for
we,
us to let's digest this a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe later on in the meeting as we're,
okay, I'm
So
fine
you
with
want to
that.
come back to it at the end of the meeting?
yeah, yeah,
So I just think that most of these other ones are all, again, interpretational.
yeah.
And I think that's what happened in Nashua, and I think there's a case in Nashua where a woman swore, and the audience applauded, and she took it all to court, and the court said, and I think it was Justin Silverman was the attorney, who said that's their right to speak, and if that's how they speak, then that's their right to do it, whether it's clapping, standing, doing whatever. According to 91A and free speech, that's all the laws and rules, and I have sat through many of them in the Mackey Loeb School.
Mr. Chairman,
Please.
I think you guys need to come to a resolution before you go to public comment. So I don't think you can skip this now, circle back later. We have public comment, and unfortunately, these matters need to be addressed before that.
Thank you.
Agreed, thank you. So as a group,
Councilor Bouchard puts the mic closer to his mouth.
Sorry. How's that?
so if we just struck the profanity and vulgar and left the rest, does that satisfy?
That would satisfy
That would-
me.
That would
That's it.
satisfy me.
Dan, does that satisfy you?
Yeah.
Deb?
I just want to read the last
Yep.
one more, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that the vulgar needs to come out, but I do question the second one.
So motion to accept the rules with the striking the line using profanity or vulgar language or
So-
gestures.
Second.
Motion by Sean, second by Ted. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you.
Just to be clear, this will come back after the lawyer looks at it
Yep.
again?
Yes.
That's what's going to happen?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I think if that's the only line in us striking it, I don't know, can't see that the lawyer would oppose us
Right.
allowing that.
Okay, so it doesn't
I
have
don't know
to.
that we necessarily need to go to
Good.
the lawyer with it. I don't know.
I'm glad.
What do you think, Ted? That's just my thought on it.
Okay. I'm fine either way. If you guys want to send it to the lawyer, I'm fine with that.
I mean, if you're only striking that,
Yeah.
I don't see the need to pay for a
But
lawyer.
I'm asking, okay.
It's fine with me right now.
Good, done.